Happy Wednesday. It's April the 3rd. Hebrews 5, 7-14. During his earthly life, he offered prayers and appeals with loud cries and tears to the one who was able to save him from death, and he was heard because of his reverence. Although he was the Son, he learned obedience from what he suffered. After he was perfected, he became the source of eternal salvation for all who obey him, and he was declared by God a high priest according to the order of Melchizedek. We have a great deal to say about this, and it's difficult to explain since you've become too lazy to understand. Although, by this time you ought to be teachers. You need someone to teach you the basic principles of God's revelation again. You need milk, not solid food. Now, everyone who lives on milk is inexperienced with the message about righteousness because he is an infant. But solid food is for the mature, for those whose senses have been trained to distinguish between good and evil. All right, so this passage references Jesus as the source of salvation. He is salvation's source. And see, I believe again that because we grow up with a great deal of Christian influence in our country, our culture, our society, it can be easier for us to believe the gospel. It's easy for us to be heavily involved in, here they are, air quotes, church. You see, I have often wondered about the level of maturity among the larger part of the body of Christ. See, the writer here says that he has a lot to say about Jesus and his ministry, but his audience is immature. See, I read that and I go, is that directed at me? Is that directed at us? Or is this directed at a first century audience? See, I listened to one teacher this week who believes it is directed only at the Hebrew people of a future generation. Well, I believe that it can be directed broadly toward all followers of Jesus because we need to recognize and realize more every day who Jesus is and what he did and all that he accomplished. You see, we will never earn or deserve the salvation that has been provided to us. Jesus, the Christ, is the only source of our salvation. He is the uniquely born Son of God. He is the only one who could be both king and priest of God's creation, including mankind in that creation. He died for our disobedience and rebellion. I need to pay more attention to Jesus. Whew. See you tomorrow.